أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. وعليكم السلام. I hope you all are well, and inshallah today we'll go through a couple of things. So yesterday just laid the foundation. Today we'll do a couple of makharij, tweeting, and we'll go through a tajweed rule. And for us today we need a balloon and we need tennis ball. And inshallah the idea behind this is just to make it a bit more memorable, a bit different, so that we can then remember the rule. So, the first set of letters that we're going to go through is the letter Ha and the letter Ha. Now, the reason why we have to make sure that we're pronouncing these letters properly is because you can have... The reason why is because with similar words, with the similar letters, you can change the whole meaning. So for example, Uhilla, this became halal. Uhilla is named or mentioned. Now, when we're reciting the Qur'an or in our salah, where just a small change in the letter or in how we're pronouncing changes the whole meaning. And that's why it's really, really important to make sure that we make a bit of an effort. I know we're used to a particular way of reciting, but just a 1%, if we try 1% every day, then we can, inshallah, improve over the coming days. So, with the letter Ha and the letter Ha, to the bottom one, this letter Ha is like the normal letter H in Arabic, in English. So you don't have to do anything fancy, Allahu, like the letter H. Nice and simple. Whereas this one, the letter Ha, now this is where we try and put some emphasis. Now, a good way of pronouncing, now I can go through the whole biology of the throat and everything, but that becomes very confusing, complicated. A good way of understanding and remembering is, for example, when we want to clean our glasses. If you want to clean your glasses and you blow on it, how do you blow? We say, and that's the exact pronunciation of the letter Ha. We all have done it, we all can do it, it's just about now trying to remember it. So for example, we have Rahman, Bismillah ar-Rahman. Everyone say Rahman. Rahman, Rahim. So you see that pronunciation? So just think, and you'll be able to pronounce the letter Ha. So here, Surah Al-Ikhlas. Anyone wants to have a go? So you see the difference there? Qul huwallahu ahad. So there's a difference between the two has. So it won't be Allahu ahad is wrong. Allahu ahad is wrong. Allahu ahad. So you have that difference in the pronunciation. And now this is nice and easy. The next verse is Surah Al-Ikhlas. Everyone together? Nice. Allahu samad. Now this one. So now this is, we put a bit more emphasis. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. Yeah? So remember, with that Ha, we put a bit more emphasis as if we're going to clean our glass. Now, the letters Sin and Sad. Now you notice I've paired it because these are the letters that are most commonly confused. Sin and Sad are coming from the same pronunciation. But just Sin is flatter, like the letter S in English. But Sad, and that's with a smile over there, Sad is coming from the same basis, but then we elevate them. We say Sad. So we have Sa with a smile, and then we have Sad. Note, it's not SW. So it's not Allahu Swamad. It's not Swamad, it's Samad. Now a good way of remembering is when you blow a balloon, that sound that comes, that Saw, that's the sound of the letter Sad. So it's not Swa, it's Saw. As you blow the balloon, Saw. Allahu Samad. And again, look, the difference. Sa'idan and Sa'idan. Happy and earth. Totally different meaning. And if we change the meaning of the Quran, then it's a bit more problematic. Yeah? So very, very, very important to try. Just 1%. I'm not expecting 100% change or perfection straight away. As long as we're doing those 1% changes, that and on a consistent basis, that's what's going to help us. Any questions so far? Yeah? So let's practice. Everyone together. Iyaka. So when you see seen, remember, show your teeth and smile. Nasta'in. Nice and simple. This one, ihdina. One more time. Ihdina. So this is a bit of a tough one because the sad has a kasra. Yeah. Now we're trying to elevate, but then we have a kasra as well. So ihdina siratal. Not ihdina sirata. Not ihdina swirata. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Yeah. Now a good way that really helps is by raising your neck, leaning back. Now a good example is from football. You know the crossbar challenge? If you want to raise, elevate the ball and hit the crossbar, you lean back. If you lean forward, you're going to hit the ball on the ground, right? But then if you want to raise the ball, elevate the ball, you lean back. So this sword, we're elevating from C. So lean back. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. One more time, everyone. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. So that's it. Can I go to the next? Any questions on those two pairs? Nice and simple. So, qalqala. Qalqala is a rule where we have to bounce on these letters if there's a sukoon. And the reason why is because these particular letters, if you stop on them on the sukoon, you can't know what kind of letter you pronounce. Because if you say if, you don't know what pronunciation is happening. That's why you have to bounce them. And a good way is through a tennis ball. So just the way you bounce a tennis ball, you bounce on the letter. Yeah? So if there's a sukoon on it, or if you're ending with that letter, then you bounce. Now note that it's not a full fatha kasra dhamma. So it's not, for example, ib, it won't be iba. It'll just be a bounce. Ib. Half a short bounce. You know yesterday we spoke about short bounce? Half a short bounce, not a full short bounce. Okay. Interesting fact, qalqala occurs approximately 3,700 times in the Quran. Average of 6 times. So important to get it. Improve on our class. The perfect surah to practice is surah in the class. Because all the ends of them are dal. I haven't gone through the letters actually. I forgot to go through the letters. What are these qalqala letters? Qutubujal. Ta, ba, jim, and dal. Qutubujal. Nice and simple to remember. Qutubujal. 5 letters have a sukoon on them, or you end the sentence with them. If they don't have a tanween, then you bounce. Yeah? So let's practice. Okay, everyone together? Qul ahad. So we have to bounce. Ahad. Everyone together? Ahad. Allahus samad. Samad. Yeah? You have to bounce on the dal. So it won't be samada. It will be samad. Yes? Lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Okay, we'll all recite Surah Al-Ikhlas together, okay? And on the bounce. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul huwallahu Allahu lam yalid So now, whenever you see that Qutubujal, Fa, Ba, Jim, and Dal, you know, think tennis ball. Just the way the tennis ball bounces, that's how you bounce on that letter. Okay, everyone can try that? This is in our salah. Ashhadu anna abdu. The ba, bouncing. Abdu. There won't be abduhu, because abduhu then you don't know it's a ba or mim or anything. Abdu. One more time. Wa ashhadu anna abdu. Surah Al-Falaq. Another surah, one of the Bible. قل أعوذ برب الفلق. One more time. قل أعوذ برب الفلق. من شر ما خلق. Very good. The first one, نطعم. So the thought, you add bounces. نطعم. نطعم. So it won't be نطعم, it will be نطعم. أجرا. One more time, أجرا. Yeah, so you bounce. أجرا. Okay, let's go to the last one. Now we'll do a bit of practice. For this, I want to show you a technique that we can improve our Quran recitation without a malim. Having a malim is good, very good. But for time purposes or lack of resources, whatever it is, sometimes we can't have a malim. So this is a technique that we can improve our recitation by ourselves. And this I like to call it the 3-step formula. Next. Okay. So, the importance of listening is very, very high. So sometimes we feel, for me to improve my recitation, I need to recite as much as possible. But that's half. The value of listening to a good recital is very important. Because there are many things that you can take on consciously as well as subconsciously as well. So, when you listen to a good recital, you're listening out for the makharij, the tajweed rules, their voice and tune as well, how they're pronouncing things. And using this 3-step formula, we'll be able to learn from them. They'll become our teachers. YouTube will be our teacher. All these apps where we can listen to Quran recital will become our teacher. So, let's say for example we have a sabat of 1 page a day. No, let's say half a page a day. Half a page a day, we pick a reciter. For example, Al-Afasi, Min Shahr. If you're not sure of which reciter, let me know. I can send you the clip. You pick that reciter, you listen to them actively. Open the Quran, listen for that half a page, actively follow, see how they're pronouncing the different letters, the tajweed rules. I know, don't try and take everything in one go. Maybe focus on 1, 2 things. So for example, today we go to Sin and Sad, Ha and Ha. So tonight and tomorrow when you're listening to the reciters, look out for how they're pronouncing these letters. And then repeat after them. So when you listen to them recite half that page, you start again. Now this step 2 is instead of listening to Quran, just listen verse by verse or line by line. Play, listen, 1 line, pause. And now you repeat after. Now you recite, trying to copy as much as you take on board. You do that verse by verse until you finish half the page. Now step 3 is now you recite yourself, trying to copy the makharij, the tajweed rules, the voice and tune as well. Don't be afraid to copy the tune as well, because it's something that will really take our recitation to the next level. Don't think that these reciters have always been reciting good. Everyone starts from somewhere. And now when we pay attention to that, we'll be able to improve our recitation in terms of the flow, the tune of our recitation, and we'll start enjoying it as well. I've had a few sessions with some of us here, both online and in person, and from where we were and where we are now, not only makharij and tajweed, but voice and tune. And it's made a big difference. And there's I don't think anyone has an excuse not to try this. Just try it. Don't be afraid, because there's always somewhere we can improve. So that's the 3-step rule. Any questions? So we're going to try it. Just quickly, if that's okay. With Surah Al-Falaq. Anyone wants to try it with me? Yeah, please. So, 3-step formula. I will recite. You actively listen. I'll recite 1 verse by verse, and you repeat after me. Then third you recite. Yeah? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق. Pay careful attention to Sin, Sad, Ha, and the Qalb. Okay? So that's what we just said. من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. Any question? So we do verse by verse now, yeah? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillah, you repeat after.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
No, so we do verse by verse. So I'll recite and then you repeat. قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
سنتم من شر ما خلق.
من شر ما خلق.
Okay, so now try and pay careful attention to the nuance. من شر ما خلق.
من شر ما خلق.
سنتم. You see the difference already? ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
أحسنتم ما شاء الله. ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد.
أحسنتم. قلقل on point as well. Very good. ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
أحسنتم. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Now you recite. Now the third step is now you recite yourself. Bismillah. Bismillah. You recite the whole thing yourself now.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق. من شر ما خلق. ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب. ومن شر النفاثات في العقد. ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
Santo. So qalqala on point. There was one thing that you did really well when you recited with me, and that was the noon. وَمِن شَرِّ, we forgot that. But that's fine. We improved 1%. That's more than enough. Tomorrow then you practice on the other thing. We can't perfect everything in one day. And this is the key message. I don't want us to go from 0 to hero all straight away. It's going to be overwhelming. 1%. 1% every day, we'll be able to improve. By this time next year, we'll be big powers, inshallah. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.